Well, good morning, YouTube. Good early morning, YouTube. You can't make it up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, right on the dot. I kid you not. Wednesday, December 9th, 1 a.m. I could hear one of my doggies dreaming, whimpering in their sleep. It's kind of cute. Well, the topic for this morning is going to be a little interesting. I'm going to yak at you people about Ancestry.com. Kind of a drag. I've been on this mortality kick thing, right, for a minute. And of course, I get an email this morning and it's from Ancestry. Have you checked your history lately? Blah, 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 blah. And whenever I click on there, it's a little tough because my baby brother who passed away last year, he's number one on the list of my matches. So it's heartfelt when I mess with Ancestry on all kinds of levels, actually. Some of you guys have heard the stories, some of you haven't, but I thought I would take my time and dig through it for you guys a little thoroughly this morning because I'm starting my day with some coffee. Sorry, ladies, I'm jonesing. What can I say? But I'll keep it to a dull roar, as they say. Anyway, Ancestry.com, how it all got started. My baby brother Paul, who passed away last year, he had come over to the house and he had already sent a kit in and got his results. And his daughter did the same thing, and he was pretty stoked on it all and excited about the whole thing and how it works and everything. And I told him, I said, dude, I got a kit sitting right over on the counter. I go, but you know me, man, I don't know how to sign up and password, and you got to do all this little hoopty stuff to get your results, right? You need to get in their system so that they can send you the results with a password. And I was like, fuck it. So anyway, Paul helped me out with it, and I spit my little cup and I shot it off. And Ancestry sent me a first cousin, a first cousin and a bunch of second cousins and a this and a that and a bunch of distant relatives. But this first cousin, right, turns out her father was my father's brother. And it can only be that way and no other way. Before I get into who they are, I got to talk a little bit about what Mom told me about my dad. She said my dad's name was Tom Oliver, and he was a helicopter mechanic in San Carlos at Hiller Helicopter, is what she told me. And so many years later, I went to Hiller Helicopter looking to get some information about him, and they said, yeah, he worked there, and we remember Tommy, and he made these little model helicopters, and there's some on display somewhere, the lady said, and this and that, and the family no longer has the business, and all the records are in some garage somewhere or something. I said, well, if you ever talk to one of the family members, you mention me and tell him I'm looking for Tommy. He's my dad, supposedly, and blah, blah, blah. Well, nothing ever come of it, right? So, back to the beginning, me and Paul send off my kit. The kit comes back. I meet my first cousin. Me and the first cousin make arrangements to go break bread. She brings her brother, Charlie, with her. And we sit down, me and my two first cousins and my brother James, little Tony Keelan, and a friend of theirs at a table, St. James Gate, Belmont, and have a meal. Little Irish pub. Fitting, considering I'm Irish, and turns out so were they. Go figure. So, I'm breaking bread with the Canaday clan. Ooh, that's not Oliver, Johnny O. No. Mom gave me Tom Oliver for a name for my pops. Genetically matched to Michael Ray Canaday is my dad. So, for some reason, Mom gave me the wrong name. I don't know why, because she's not here anymore. So, this first cousin proceeds to tell me about my dad, right? And it gets real heavy. And spoiler alert, and if you're one that gets, I hate to use this word, triggered by violence, you should turn this off. I'm not kidding. Okay, you had your chance. So my cousin tells me my dad had a best friend. His nickname was Pug. Pug had a girlfriend, and I guess he used to like to beat on her, according to the story. And he was drunk, and supposedly my dad knew where this Pug's old lady was, and my dad wouldn't tell him. He got mad, something. Dude got a rifle and shot and murdered my dad in his apartment in Redwood City. So before I go much further, I got to give you some background. When I was a child, and because of all the heartache my mom went through and I went through, I hated that man for not being there, right? Abandoned us or whatever, right? I hated a dead man from the age of 4, because that's when he died, when I was about 4, till about 35 before I finally let it go. So I know what it's like to hate a dead man. So back to the restaurant, right? We're sitting there talking, telling me all this crazy, sad stuff about my old man, right? I was, I'd say I was shocked, but it's status quo for my life. It's sad but true, right? It's hard to believe, but it just goes with the rest. And that's only part of it. Also, through ancestry, sorry, I've got an itch. Like that back scratcher. Also through ancestry, I found another cousin. This is on my mom's side this time. And she's really, really good with ancestry. Really good. She's got like 5,000 people in her family tree, done lots of homework, lots of research, way big into it, right? Great asset. Turns out on that side, on my mom's side, our heritage goes all the way back to some little village that St. Patrick comes from. Like in the St. Patrick's Day parade, St. Patrick, he was a real guy in a village somewhere. Well, supposedly that's where my ancestors come from. How's the story goes. Anyway, just a side note. But she tells me she runs across some adoption records for a boy that my mom put up for adoption in 59 or thereabouts. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know nothing about that. She goes, well, I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember where I saw it and this and that and this and that. I said, well, please try to find it. And she never had any luck where she saw those records. But irregardless, it planted a seed. And then I remembered my mom telling me when I was a kid how she had to drop out of high school because she got pregnant with me. Well, she was 20 when she had me. She wasn't in high school. She got pregnant with the other kid and put it up for adoption. The stories make sense now. You know, I guess mom was ashamed, right? Didn't want us to pine for a brother that she gave up, right? It's probably too painful. So, somewhere out there is a brother that don't know about me. I don't know about him. Not much, anyway, just that he exists. But I digress. I gotta go back to the Kennedy clan. I forgot. Another brother. Imagine that. So to go back to Michael Ray, there happened to be a Michael Ray Jr. Yeah. He came after me. Evidently, my old man got married shortly after I was born and had another son from another woman. So either he was cheating on her and knocked up my mom, or it was really, really close together, right? And on a side note, because my gut tells me there's aspects of that story about my old man's murder that I don't know, and I went to the cops trying to find info about that. I even found case numbers and all kinds, or not case numbers, but a box number, file number or something, but I digress. Anyway, sorry, I lost in my thoughts for a minute. My old man had a son with this lady after I was born, right? Like I said, sorry, I got to get back on track. Then he gets murdered, right? When his boy, this other kid, was right? Way young. He would have had to have been just barely a year old or some shit. Maybe 2 when the old man got murdered. And so his mama and him moved up Washington State way. And when I found out about him at dinner with the first cousins, Charlie and his sister, they proceeded to tell me how my brother was having quadruple bypass surgery, right? And I was like, oh, fuck, I need to go see dude. And it was like, nah, you better not. Nah, he, ba. You know, his mom, he doesn't want his mom to go through that right now. Just had heart surgery, give it some time. Okay. Finally called the cousins, like, what's up, doc? You know, does my brother not want to talk to me? What's the dealio? Oh, I don't know. Let me have his mother call you, right? The lady that they were worried that they didn't want her to know because he just had heart attack. Let me have her call you, and she can tell you maybe about your dad. No phone call from nobody. No brother, no dad's ex, nobody called. Kind of odd, isn't it? Sure left a sour taste in my mouth. You know, I don't know if any of you candidates will see any of this or not. You know, at dinner, they proceeded to inform me that, hey, had we known about you, Johnny O, you would have never went to a foster home. We got a big loving family. Where's the love? Just asking. Anyway. So, I got 2 brothers floating around out there. I got one dead and one that don't talk to me anymore. Like I said the other day, my stories run pretty deep. I'm trying to be lighter about stuff. I'm working through all these things, right? Getting them off my chest and whatnot, and telling these stories because there's a lot of people out there that have been through a lot of fucking shit, and I'm here to tell you you're not alone. But if I can come out on the other side of all this crap, and so can you. And if you ever need help, I've said this time and time again, reach out to me. Say, Johnny, can we talk? I'll shoot you my number. Or give me yours and I'll give you a call and we can talk. This bullshit with these videos and the comments down below only goes so far, right? You can only get so far. You need a conversation with somebody if you really need help. A little comment ain't just gonna cut it, right? And if you need more than that, you get a hold of me. I'll help you. I'm no Einstein. But the School of Hard Knocks, I got a fucking master's degree. No doubt about it. Yeah, I needed a little punctuation. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go. I just felt the need to do this ancestry story, was on my mind. You know, all this mortality crap. Sorry, I don't mean to be heavy. And I'm in a good mood. I had a great day yesterday, so please don't think I'm fussy. I'm just passionate when I tell these stories sometimes, you know. I got good things ahead, and I'm very blessed and so fortunate. I really am. And I never forget that. Sometimes I get caught up in the BS of the day, right? And don't give credit where credit is due. And a lot of that credit goes to you guys, man. It does. Our little YouTube family has made such a difference in my life. I sound like a broken record. I can't say thank you enough. I can't. Anyway, have a beautiful day. We'll talk soon. Go love your babies. Much love and respect as always. And of course, please like, subscribe, and share. Always like seeing the comments.